stop the sunshine.
Hello and welcome everybody. My name's Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com. Thanks for joining me today for the Savvy Sagittarius August Horoscope. Well, a bit of a mixed bag, as I've been saying to most of the star signs this month. There are some really favourable influences, and there's still this Saturn-Uranus hard aspect going on with a couple of T-squares involving Saturn and Uranus. I will talk more about this when we come to your in-depth horoscope in a moment. But in the meantime, I'll just mention that I like to draw 2 tarot cards as theme cards for the month for you because they're working really well with the horoscope, which I'll do after the cards. And stick around to the end and I'll do a psychic channeling. Whatever comes out of my mouth. We never know what that will be. Okay, if you're new, subscribe and be alive and hit that notification bell right now. Okay, let's go to the board and have a look at these cards first up. This is your horoscope that we'll come to in a moment. All right, so I like to close my eyes and have a little vision. That one on top wants to come out. Okay, what do I see for Sagittarius in August 2021? Okay, that's my cat. There's a like a tunnel opening up in front of me now. You might have felt as if there's some sort of tunnel that you've been in and you've been unsure of your directions or your direction in life, or you haven't been able to ascertain what you're supposed to be doing. Maybe you're feeling a bit unmotivated, you don't feel like keeping on with the journey or something like that. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, I can see, and so it's important just to pace yourself, don't push yourself. Now it's all changing at the end. The light is making like a mandala. It's sort of like a flower, and perhaps like a lotus flower, and there's a lot of patterns in the leaves that I can see. So these are the patterns of your life, and it's interesting. So although you may not be enjoying the journey, in some respects may not necessarily be interesting at the moment, there is something interesting coming into your life. All right, the card that comes up is the 9 of Swords. This fits perfectly with what I've just said. This indicates some sadness, but it is the end of that. Okay, you may have felt some disappointment or some sense of failure in some regard. This is your thinking, you see. You may have felt you failed at a marriage, or you failed at something. There could be some memories coming back from the past of past things that didn't work out, and you're thinking it's your fault, but it's not actually true in the sense of, you know what truth is, that it's your fault. It was a learning experience, and now that you've been through that, there's no need for you to repeat that same pattern again. She's holding on to this purple support, which is sort of like spirit. Spirit is everything that you say, by the way, everything that you think and everything that you feel. And so although these memories may come back, it is the end of something. It's like something's been dead but it's not buried. And a 9 is the end of the cycle. Then you'll go on to a 10, which is a 1 and a 0. You know there's a new beginning coming, and there's a time of waiting, a bit like being pregnant. But this is something that is finishing up, okay, that it's not what you thought it was. All right, so that's the first part. Now, the second part of the month, or the second half of the month, if you like, I'll go with that one there. Closing my eyes, I see a flame, like a match being struck, and suddenly there's a light in the darkness. You know where you're going, and you follow the light. That's always the important thing, to follow the light, not the darkness. You don't need to get stuck in fear or anxiety or, you know, what anybody tells you, this, that or the other. Even what I say, you know, pick out the best bits and leave the rest. If it doesn't resonate with you, pick out the bits that do resonate with you, and, you know, make up your own mind. The card that comes up is the Magician. This is really fabulous for manifesting your heart's desires, and Interestingly, yeah, it is number 1 in the major arcana. So all about wisdom and skill. You can pull in the forces of the universe and use some power for the benefit of all. Okay, so not just about yourself, but it is about manifestation for the good of everybody. You'll see here the pentagram here casting a light with a symbol of infinity. Okay, you are an immortal being who lives forever. And sometimes it can be to do with relationships, these red roses here, and action needs to be taken. Okay, the red candles and the red that she's wearing, that denotes action. Okay, the blue is about speaking out and being your true self, and all this green around the edge is the growth. Okay, growth coming into your life with that card. All right, so bear those 2 cards in mind. So a few unhappy or disappointing moments in the first half, but then you're filled with motivation to go out and to achieve in the world for both yourself and for other people. Now I'm just going to make that a bit bigger so you can see. Now the first thing to mention is we've got these T-squares here involving your 9th, your 6th and your 3rd houses. Okay, there's 2. So there's sun. Let's look at this first one. Sun in Leo, Uranus in Taurus, and Saturn in Aquarius. Okay, so a T-square is 2 squares and an opposition. Squares are about manifestation, and it is a challenge to manifest. You've got to work through the steps, okay? But with squares, you can work through the steps. Opposition might just be just a really big challenge that, maybe you can overcome and maybe you can't, perhaps. The challenge there is between the sun in Leo shining brightly, expanding your life, and Saturn in Aquarius here in your 3rd house of communications, promotions and marketing. So if you have a business, for example, or say you're in the metaphysical industry, you may want to do some marketing. Really, this month is not the best month for marketing. I'm putting my marketing off, and right at the end of the month it's okay, but while this is going on, it's difficult to get your voice out there, expand your business, because Saturn, who is cautious and wants to go steady, in fact very slow, will build on things in Aquarius. It will build on things but not necessarily start brand new things. So if you've been doing something for a while, you can probably continue with that, but starting a brand new project is going to be difficult. And added into this, we have this square here. Uranus in Taurus is about making physical, and it's here in your 6th house, which is about your everyday life, your everyday work, or your health and well-being. So you may find that your work or your health doesn't allow you to do the things that you want to do when you want to do them. Okay, and so you've got to work through whatever the issues are about your everyday habits, your everyday work and health, so that you can, strike out into the world. The sun wants to shine brilliantly and brightly and put all these ideas out. It's you as the center. And here in the 9th house, it's about the higher mind. Perhaps spirit, could be involved in this, or perhaps even overseas connections, because this is associated with foreign countries and foreign cultures. And maybe it's difficult spreading to a new country. If you don't have a business doing things like that, it's just your ideas, your life becoming bigger. And this suggests that it's not impossible. It suggests that the timing is important, because we have Mercury in the next T-square. We have Mercury with Uranus and Saturn. So it's about communications, shining brightly in your communications, and perhaps travel. This is the house of travel. Mercury likes to travel, but if you're thinking of traveling in August, it could be, difficult. There may be delays. There may be things that go wrong. Perhaps there's a lockdown where you are. Sydney and Melbourne are in lockdown at the moment, and so travelling is difficult. My state is shut off to the state of Victoria now. The border is closed to Victorians and some people from certain parts of Sydney, I think. And so the good news is, however, on a couple of fronts, the Sun and Mercury travel very fast. So this state of affairs doesn't last very long because these planets, the Sun is a planet in astrology, are travelling fast. And so it won't be very long and they'll be out of that configuration there. The other point here is Uranus is going retrograde on the 18th or 19th of the month, and it will appear to go backwards in the night sky. So it will also move. So then you won't have these two T-squares that you need to consider at the moment, okay? So the other thing is there's a lot of activity here about your career, your direction, and your direction in life. And this is calling you to a more spiritual, fulfilling direction, okay? Maybe spirit is important to you, and things could be, really calling you to broaden your life, but you can broaden your life, and that can be your inner life rather than your external life. Also here, we have the full moon in your 4th house with Neptune. So things could be confusing or vague around your home and family. The other side of that is it could be quite spiritual time too, and perhaps your family are opening up more than ever before. Okay, so let's have a look now at the detail. And we have 30th of July to the 3rd of August, Mars conjuncting Mars. This gives you the desire to make a fresh start, strike out on your own. You're likely to have more physical energy, will and courage, okay? I'll talk about the new moon in a second, but the new moon's up here. This is in your everyday life, so you could get stuff done, be organised, and with Uranus and the moon there, it could also be in unusual ways, okay? And that's at the beginning of the month, the 1st of August this is set for. So this is the full moon here. There could be some sort of transformation going on around your everyday habits or work. Okay, 31st of July to the 3rd of August sees the Sun conjuncting Mercury, and so communications, conversations, and taking care of your normal everyday routine tasks are quite important now. You're likely to feel a little bit more clear in the mind, so you can get on with things. It's a great idea to present your ideas to other people. Buying or selling can go quite well as well at this time. 23rd of July to the 20th of August, Saturn opposition Sun. Okay, so most star signs seem to have this, and it brings some difficulties in relationships, particularly with employers or government officials or parental figures. Saturn here in your 3rd house of communications, or also it could be local government authorities or somebody in your local area which is presenting an issue. Promotion of business, as I mentioned before, is difficult. You may feel discouraged and weary from, arguing with these people, or it just feels like a struggle. You may develop a negative attitude, so you want to nip that in the bud because that's not going to help you. So just remember, it's not forever. The Sun does move quickly, and so this will, sort of decrease quite soon. It's not going to last that long, 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks. The good thing about it, though, is Saturn's encouraging you to let go of old and outworn beliefs and commitments. They're going to die, those ideas. You might feel profoundly disappointed in politicians, celebrities, or religion, or anybody that you look up to. You may start to see with new eyes that the things that they said were not true, basically. If you are willing to really look and open your eyes, then it's going to be very beneficial for you later on, because you're trimming the fat, the things that really don't relate to your life and that are not true. You're trimming that out of your life, so this will help you mature and grow. 9th of August sees a new moon in your 10th house of life direction and career as well, and this is your vocation, what makes your heart sing. So you may be thinking about a job change, particularly with all this going on down here and all of this going on here in the 10th house. You really may be considering changing your work because you feel a bit jaded perhaps. Do remember, whatever you do tends to be more open and public, whether you want it to or not. It's like the whole world can see what's going on, so be careful, extra careful on social media that you don't overshare. The 11th of August to the 29th of August, Mercury moves into your 10th house as well. And so this makes career planning strategies and thinking of concrete ways to make your dreams into reality. It makes it very important now. It's a good time to communicate with people in a position that can help you in some way. 13th of August to the 17th of August sees Mars conjuncting your MC, so you could have a desire for leadership and personal recognition, and you generally just want control over your own affairs. You're likely to be quite competitive in business, and you boldly present your ideas to colleagues or superiors. I don't even like that word superiors, because in reality, of course, they're not superior. But you know what I mean. Those people in positions that have some sort of power over you. Watch for anger, because if you feel slighted in any way, you might get very angry, and you're likely to fight if you feel you need to. 14th of August to the 10th of September, Venus moves into your 11th house here, and it's a time when you might meet with people who share common ideals, and it could be personal or business, but you want to be with people all on the same page as you. You're likely to have a friendly, cooperative attitude, and any sort of social or professional gatherings you go to should be quite successful. You may also attend parties and gala events, go out and have a good time with friends. 20th of August to the 23rd, Mars trines Uranus, and this gives you a lot of courage and a strong sense of adventure, and this could be a really interesting time. So remember, I was talking about interest earlier, that something interesting is going to happen for you. You may be inclined to act on some of your wild impulses and the desires you feel from time to time. It's like you really need some stimulation in your life, so that you're not bored, or if you were feeling jaded, you go on with something new. If you do have an inventive or creative streak, you're likely to make a startling discovery or breakthrough now, or perhaps you could create something very interesting. 23rd of August, the full moon goes into your 4th house here, and this is about home and family. There's some sort of transformation going on. You could also feel a need for comfort and security, and so it's time to spend time at home now. And it's a great time to go within to replenish yourself, so you can, rejuvenate in some sense. Domestic and family matters are emphasised. 21st of August to the 22nd of September, Sun moves into your 10th house here. See all the activity here about your vocation or your reputation, and what you contribute to the community and the world becomes more important. Okay, you could make significant gains now regarding your ambitions. You're likely to receive recognition for your efforts and receiving credit for your accomplishments if you've done your homework. It's an excellent time to ask for a promotion or ask for the support of other people who can help you. 29th of August to the 5th of November, Mercury moves into your 11th house of groups, friends and connections, and so you might be looking at joining a club, being involved in group discussions, planning sessions and committees. And even if you don't, the sense of community is more important to you than usual. You may want to socialise and talk with people you share common interests with. 31st of August to the 18th of September, Jupiter squares Moon. You need more time at home, perhaps alone, to really have some privacy and some quiet time with friends and family. You're likely to be feeling quite friendly, and you'll have a great time, a wonderful time, if you can have some sort of gatherings at home. If you have been feeling lonely or wish you had more friends, this is an excellent time to meet new people. Join a club or attend a meeting as well. You can expand your circle of friends now. Excuse me, now. So don't go overboard. If you're going out a lot, you might be with Jupiter. Sometimes Jupiter likes to eat too much, or encourages you to do that. So don't go overboard on rich foods or sweets. If you're thinking about doing a strict diet, that's probably not going to work either. So it's a balancing thing, okay? It's not a good time to be on a strict weight loss program with Jupiter squaring the Moon. Okay, so maybe try and find the balance, or wait till mid-September if you want to do that. Okay, so that's your horoscope. And now what's going to happen, I'll just close my eyes and see what I can see for you, Sagittarius, for the month of August. Okay, August 2021. Okay, so there's that colour peacock blue again. I've seen it on a couple of star signs for this month. It's actually similar to this colour here in the Magician card. It's got a tad of green in it, but it's quite a bright blue, as you can see there. And peacock blue is it's about being creative and expressing yourself from the throat chakra. But these sorts of blues, including from the royal blue through to this type of blue, are often associated with spiritual figures, including Mother Mary and Michael the Archangel. And I've seen Michael the Archangel in this blue, and Mary too, from time to time. And my cat is biting my foot at the moment. Don't, Harry, that hurts. So this is a Bengal cat who decides he's going to do whatever he wants. Don't bite. And biting is not allowed. Oh, here he is. And he's a big monster. He's actually quite bored at the moment and wants to go out and do all sorts of naughty things. Okay, so let's just close my eyes again. What do I see? Okay, so I see a mountain here, and a mountain always represents like a challenge, and there's a train going up this mountain. It's a bit like, what is it? The tank engine. Not Tommy the Tank. Is it Tommy the Tank Engine? I've just forgotten. Anyway, I think I can. And you can. You will get there. Keep going. Don't give up. However, it will be sort of slow going, this train going up the mountain. It can't go up there at full speed, obviously. And train also means train tracks. You're on track. You're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. So don't be too concerned. Even if you don't know that, don't be too concerned, because you are on track, even if it feels like you don't know what you're doing. In fact, sometimes all of us feel like that. Okay, there's clouds in the sky here with a big ring of light coming down. Don't bite, Harry. Big ring of light coming down, and he's got to get the last word in. This is going to enlighten things and give you a lot of insight into your direction in life. So it's coming. Okay, so that's it, everyone. Thanks so much for watching, and have a fabulous month. If you are new, please consider joining my channel and hit that notification bell right now. Okay, have a great month, and bye for now. See you again soon. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website, absolutesoulsecrets.com, for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.